African countries have been challenged to invest in local climate adaptation strategies that will help curb the rampant climate shocks being witnessed. Speaking during the second edition of the Resilient Africa Summit in Nairobi, the climate proponents argued that more priority and funds have been directed to climate mitigation as opposed to adaptation. Hence, vulnerable countries continue to be hard hit by the impacts of climate change.
Climate scientists, religious leaders and delegates across the globe gathered for the second edition of Resilient Africa Summit in Nairobi. It is here that Environment, Forestry and Climate Change Committee Chair Wilbur Otichilo acknowledged strides made in the climate space.
It's about time that we started looking inward as a continent in ways that we can resolve those issues ourselves. If we're talking about funding, our governments have enough funding.
Counties, we took a decision that we cannot wait for finances to come, which are not coming. So we have agreed as Council of Governors to mainstream, first of all, climate change in all the sectors of our economy.
Religious leaders highlighted the importance of climate scientists collaborating with them to demystify faith and science.
Faith and science are complementary endeavors to get in front of the most challenging obstacles.
So organizing this event over here is just to stimulate this interest that we need to move from being stewards of creation to become carers, to even care of creation.
We know that the strength of science has to be the foundation of how we look at the social and economic opportunities ahead, of how we work together to work and deal and scale the solutions.
Thriving climate resilient nations shared best practices for resilience to climate change, extreme weather impact and water systems.
Cleaner energy generation, including decarbonizing of our electricity grid. We've spent a lot of money intentionally to do that, improving the energy efficiency of building and transport, and transitioning away from older carbon-intensive industries.
The two-day summit is expected to spotlight key areas that will form part of the discussion this year in COP30 in Brazil and culminate at the final Vatican summit in 2026. These include resilience practices from African cities and regions, innovative climate finance for local governments, scientific breakthroughs and policy innovations, disaster recovery and future preparedness. Opicho Chemtai for Prime Edition.